Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and today I'm mountain biking at Vail Bike Park. Vail is an awesome bike park with a whopping 2,200 feet of vertical per run, small crowds, and fun trails for beginners and expert riders alike. The thing I liked most about Vail was its vertical. The runs were so long. Vail has a whopping 2,200 feet of vertical, which is more than most bike parks in Colorado, especially if you're only taking one lift. In this video, I'm riding a couple of trails. Those trails are Big Mamba, Lower Old 9, Main Lane, and PMT. Unfortunately, my GoPro cut short, so I can't show you all of PMT, but you might not want to see it anyways because I cased the crap out of the jumps on PMT if I'm being honest. If you're only interested in checking out a specific trail, you can use the chapter markers in the video to go to the trail you're interested in. Before we start with the specific trails though, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite bike park and why? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, I need bigger cheek guards. Mine like...
Mine are like too small. I bite my nails all the time.
Oh, really?
I have like scars in my mouth.
You're supposed to look like a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. I didn't know that until I fitted these small cheek pads. Okay, Big Mamba. We got butts on bikes. Butts on bikes on blues.
No. Sit down and ride.
Now let's jump into the first trail, Big Mamba. Big Mamba is a blue that winds back and forth down the mountain. Because it's so windy, you get a lot of mileage when you ride Big Mamba. The pros to this are, well, a lot of mileage, but there is a downside. You lose speed in parts that could otherwise be really fun to get going and keep your speed. Big Mamba was probably my least favorite trail of the day. It was long and pedally for a blue, and a lot of the jumps could use a touch-up to make them bigger. It was hard to clear some of the tables and other features on the trail because of this. It's not all bad though. I did have a lot of fun hunting for side hits on Big Mamba, and there were sections where you could pick up a ton of speed and get some air off drops that made it pretty fun and exhilarating. Like I said earlier, Big Mamba is a long trail. After riding down the exposed, treeless face of the mountain, you are dropped into a beautiful aspen forest. The highlight of this forest wasn't so much the riding, although the dirt did improve slightly. The highlight of this forest is the beautiful, dense aspen trees. We're riding this trail a little before peak fall color season, and we're very lucky to be doing that. The aspens were absolutely beautiful. Eventually, after winding through the aspen trees and getting some pretty decent riding in, the trail drops you into Lower Old 9.
It's just a black, right? I don't know.
I believe Old 9 starts higher up the mountain, and it's the most difficult trail, but I can't confirm that personally because I didn't ride it today. Lower Old 9 was a pretty standard techie, like blue-black trail. There wasn't anything exceedingly difficult about it, but a beginner would struggle keeping their speed in line on the routes. It's fun, but this is only a small sliver of the trail.
I remember the bottom part. Oh, so you guys are mainline.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was a crunch and a half.
The next trail on the list is called the Main Lane Trail. Main Lane was my favorite trail of the day. It was steep, loose, rocky, and techy, and it had some pretty good man-made features. The one con is I did struggle to get speed for some of the tables though. I think I need to improve my cornering a little bit more because you need really good exit speed to clear some of these tables. That being said, it was my favorite trail of the day and it gives me something to progress towards. I don't have much more to say about Main Lane except that it's a great tech trail. The trail really just speaks for itself. Now, I apologize to all the Main Lane enjoyers, but I have to start talking about PMT early because my GoPro died, but I still want to talk about it. I'm going to leave the chapter marker as the whole Main Lane trail, but start talking about PMT now. The last trail I rode today was the PMT Trail. The PMT is a steep and loose tech trail. None of the rocks were as big or as intimidating as, say, the rocks on Main Lane. But although it wasn't as rocky and treacherous looking as Main Lane, it was pretty hard to navigate just because of how loose, dusty, and off camber some of the turns are. You really have to lean the bike to make sure that you can get good grip into the turns. The rocks on this trail look fairly small on GoPro, and sometimes it's hard to know whether they're fairly small or not. But in this case, the rocks were actually fairly small. They were enough to kind of mess up your line if you hit them wrong, but they weren't enough that like you couldn't absorb a rollover on most of them. Not seen on the PMT Trail are what I believe are the biggest jumps at Vail. Like I said, I haven't had enough time to explore the whole park, but these jumps were pretty big. And they were pretty scary because they were very tight in the trees. I really wish I got them on camera. It's always funny watching people case jumps. It's entertaining. Roast me in the comments if you want. I don't care. Anyways, like I said, I cased the crap out of them, but I know I can clear them. They're not so big that I can't clear them. They're like Rainmaker-sized jumps at Trestle, or I don't know, they're not too bad. Anyways, my GoPro died, and that is the end of my ride at Vail. I rode down PMT, and then I was done for the day. I was getting sore, and I wasn't about to do the techiest run at Vail when I'm sore, and my wife was also waiting on me, and I didn't want to keep her waiting. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did enjoy the video, or at least get some value out of it. It costs you nothing, and it helps me out a ton. Peace.